Hi Leo, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your February 2021 love reading. Thank you to those who have liked, viewed, shared, subscribed, and donated to the channel. I appreciate all of that. As far as booking a personal reading goes, if you're interested in that, just check out the description of the video for more details there. As far as what we have in front of us, it's what I call the Bridging the Gap spread, and the way it works is the cards on the left side represent your energy toward the connection with your main love interest, cards on the right side represent their energy toward the connection, and we'll look at the past energies, present energies, and future energies. Once we get through all those, we actually pull some oracle cards with some additional insight. That's where the bridging the gap dynamic comes into play. And as far as the decks being used, on the left side we have the Lover's Path Tarot, on the right side we have the Tarot of Sexual Magic. Also keep in mind it's a general reading, so I'm going to be referring to the cards on the left as your energy and the cards on the right as theirs. If you feel like it should be the other way around, then trust your intuition there. Alright, so we'll fall that out of the way, we'll get started. Past energy on your side, we have tradition. So this is the equivalent of the Hierophant in traditional tarot, and that's actually Taurus energy, which for you guys is your 10th house. So this could just be saying that you might have really, went the traditional route regarding this connection. You guys might have really made it a formal connection. Some of you might have even been married to this person, or at the very least just in a serious commitment. Or another way I could see this playing out, given that we do see Romeo and Juliet names on the card, it could be where maybe it was forbidden in some way, so you guys might have felt like it was really a strong connection, but for whatever reason you guys couldn't officially be together. So that's one way I could see it playing out, but that'd probably be for a much smaller group of you. But yeah, that's why I see there. So for a lot of you, I feel like this is definitely someone you have a pretty significant history with, though, either way. Past energy on their side, we have the Magician. So I do have to say, for most of you, it might have been this person who would have initiated the relationship between the two of you, just because the Magician, if we think of that energy, it's like having all of the tools at your disposal, and usually they're coming out at manifesting energy. So I feel like this is saying most likely in the past they might have been the ones who initiated the contact between the two of you. Alright, in the present position, we have the Six of Cups on your side, so this is actually Scorpio energy here. And it could just be saying that you guys are going back to the start in some way, like just reconnecting with each other, going back to how things were in the past. The Six of Cups usually represents a reconciliation energy, so this could definitely be someone you might have been in a serious commitment with, but, broke up for whatever reason in the past, and maybe reconnecting with them now. Wouldn't be too surprising given the fact that we do have Mercury retrograde in February in your opposite sign. So that could definitely bring a relationship partners from your past back around. But yeah, this definitely looks like there's that reconnection there. And even if this is a person that you've been with throughout the entire time, I feel like this is you guys just reconnecting more to how things were in the beginning. So for example, maybe you guys go back to a place where you first met or something like that, That's what I see there. Alright. The present energy on their side, we have the Knight of Chalices. So this is actually the equivalent of the Knight of Cups, which is Pisces energy. So some of you could be dealing with the Pisces. For others of you, this could just be saying that even though this is in the present position, maybe it might take us to a little bit closer toward the end of February when we actually get into Pisces season. And if that's the case, I actually see them potentially being the ones who once again try to initiate the connection this time around. So even though we're seeing that Six of Cups energy on your side, it might actually be this person who would initiate it. Trying to see what else comes to mind with this. And again, it could also be a similar vibe to what I was saying there, where you guys could just be reconnecting to the romance, So for example, maybe you guys have been in this connection throughout the entire time, but maybe you felt like it got a little bit too rigid and too structured, You guys just got into a routine, like, okay, we're together, but kind of lost the spark in the connection, So if that's the case, looks like that could be building back up for you guys. And the future energy, we have Two of Staves. So this is actually Aries energy here, which for you guys is your 9th house. So on the one end, this could be pointing to travel. Now, I would say that whatever this is, this leads me to believe for most of you that this is someone that you actually did separate from. For the majority of you, anyway. Like I said, some of you could have been together throughout and you're just rekindling the spark. But for some of you, this could be someone that you did separate with, and maybe through reconnecting, you're trying to decide now, do you want to actually start this relationship over with this person? And I could see that as almost a 50-50 thing just because we do see his back is turned to the cards on that side. But at the same time, at the bottom of the deck on your side, we have magic, which is the equivalent of the magician, and he's looking right at that. So again, similar to what I was saying with the manifestation energy in the past on their side, that's another way it could be playing out, which is to say that, okay, you're actually ready to take that leap and start this connection over with this person. And the future energy on their side, we have the Ten of Cups. So, again, another indicator that they're definitely taking the connection seriously and definitely see that potential with it. Maybe even from a more romanticized angle, but at the same time, definitely, genuine feelings there. And this is more Pisces energy too. So again, maybe you guys are dealing with the Pisces, but I'd also say the same thing that I said there, that for a small percentage of you, this could actually represent where you guys might part ways. You might reconnect during the retrograde, things go great, and then you might decide after the retrograde, okay, well, it was great to reconnect, but maybe this wouldn't work out in the long term. Because again, what stands out to me here is that their backs are turned to the cards on your side as well. So could go either way. I feel like for the majority of you, it's more of the main theme that I was picking up, though, that you guys actually will, you reconnect with each other and decide, hey, you know what, let's give this a shot again. So that's how I see it playing out for most of you, anyway. All right, the bottom of the deck on their side, we have the Seven of Swords. So in traditional tarot, the Seven of Swords definitely usually points to some type of deception. This is Aquarius energy, too, by the way, I should point out. So, this could be pointing to the end of Aquarius season, which would be around, might as well say, the middle of February. So, but beside that, in this deck in particular, points more to a disconnect, to where two people have to feel each other out a bit. So let's say if this was someone that you were with for a long time in the past, you guys reconnect, right? But then, okay, now there's those little hiccups in the connection. Like, okay, maybe something they used to like in the past, they don't like anymore, or maybe that's the same for you, in a different area. But it could just be this points to more in this deck having the patience to actually feel each other out, So I don't necessarily see this as a deal breaker or even necessarily deception at play, just more of a situation where you guys are going to have to, get accustomed to each other. And that would especially be the case if you guys did have some kind of an extended separation. So that's what I see there. But we'll see what the Oracle cards add to the mix. First, we'll see if we get anything from the Aqua Moonlight deck here. And I did pre-shuffle this deck before we started recording, and what I'm looking for here is just some jumpers. So first we'll be looking for unspoken messages from you to them, and then from them to you. And if I shuffle for a while without any coming up, I'll just take that as a sign to move on to the next deck. But sometimes we get additional messages here, which could be helpful. So we'll see if we get anything. Okay, nothing there, so we'll see if we get anything from them to you now. Okay, looks like 2 came up. Alright, so let's see what their cards say. First we have Ring. It says, I promise you. So yeah, could just be pointing to that 10 of Chalice's energy in the future, where it looks like she's extending something to him there. So could just be pointing to that. I wouldn't necessarily make the leap and say ring means like, engagement ring or anything like that, but more of like a statement of commitment, if nothing else. And the second card they have on their side is Lessons. It says, I didn't know what I had until you were gone. Lesson learned. So interesting there. So again, this is another thing that leads me to believe that there was definitely a separation between the two of you in the majority of cases. I guess for some of you this could be a different situation, but yeah. So it looks like they might have been the ones who initiated the relationship in the past. Maybe for whatever reason they did leave, and that could be sometimes what that night energy could point to as well, where there could be a little bit of a lack of consistency sometimes. And that might be why the only little bit of hesitation you might be feeling with that two of staves to, take them seriously this time around. But yeah, between the two, it looks like they're actually at least going to make the effort. So hopefully that resonated. And lastly, we'll look at a card from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck here. Same situation as far as I pre-shuffled this deck as well. But here I'm just looking for one card with general advice, and we'll wrap up. Alright, nothing coming up there, so I'll just put the deck down and we'll pull a card. So give me a few seconds to tune in. We'll just grab one. Okay. Alright, we have Poised. There's the artwork, and the number is 48. Okay, it says being ready, bringing something to light, being at your best, confidence. The Oracle's message: you can be assured that you are ready for anything right now. You know what you need to, your skills are sharp, you've come to this place armed with wisdom and knowledge, and you sense a new phase of your life about to begin. People respond to your confidence and trust you. This is an auspicious time to begin new things. So, interesting message there that makes me think of that two of wands energy we see there, or two of staves in this deck, and then also the magician energy at the bottom of the deck on your side as well. And then the relationship message says when you're confident and happy in your own skin, you are ready for deeper, more intimate relationships. You have nothing to prove right now. You are completely yourself and can handle anything. Love, friendships, and harmonious new connections are all present now or are coming in. You're ready to give and receive from the heart. This is a beautiful place to be. Well, pretty solid message there too. And while I did mention the fact that you guys have that Mercury retrograde you'll be going through in February, in your opposite sign of Aquarius, but on top of that, there's tons of energy in Aquarius, like more than normal for any sign to experience. So that could have a very heavy emphasis on your opposite sign of relationships as well, because in addition to the Mercury retrograde, Venus will be there for most of February. Obviously, Jupiter got there recently along with Saturn. There's going to be, obviously, the sun will be in there for a good part of February, and there's going to be a new moon in there. So tons of energy in Aquarius. So that house is definitely lit up for you guys. So it makes sense that there would be a heavy emphasis on relationships for you guys this month. But overall, hopefully that resonated with you guys. We'll wrap up there, and I'll see you all next month. All right, bye.